Guys, if you're watching this, you probably already know that the excrement has hit the proverbial rotating cooling device. World War III has kicked off. Everything's gone sideways. There are bands of raiders and even the odd zombie out there. So we've been managing to survive, going from building to building, but a small group of survivors and myself need to go on a supply run because we ran out of these little marshmallows that you put in your hot chocolate. Now, the local grocery store is pretty dangerous right now with, again, the raiders and the zombies. So I need to pick the right gear for it, and especially the right rifle. So you probably remember just before everything went sideways that the economy wasn't great, and buying a Daniel Defense or something like that was out of reach for a lot of people. But I was lucky. I found a reliable rifle from a reputable manufacturer that wasn't going to completely destroy the piggy bank. So the one I chose for this very important mission is that a grenade? Hello again, folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors. Now today we're going to be talking about rifles, and you know, in today's uncertain times with all the craziness in the world, there are a lot of people out there that are looking for a reliable and affordable rifle, and today we're going to be talking about one such option. Now, Sig Sauer has always made some really good, really high quality firearms, but they also tend to be on the pricey side, right? And it's even more true now that they've got the military contracts for the M17 pistol, the Spear rifle, and even the squad automatic weapon. So now the prices have skyrocketed, and it's almost unattainable and incredibly difficult for an average Joe to get into a Sig rifle. So Sig came out and did us a big solid. They released the M400 Tread series. Now it's built on the tried and tested M400 receiver set, but in this case it was more geared towards the affordable market, trying to get in under $1,000, providing somebody a Sig rifle as a really solid base rifle that you can customize to your heart's content. Now they went even a step further with that, and we're looking at all these new shooters coming into the market, and provided them with a huge list of accessories that are all Tread branded. So if you're new to customizing your rifle, it'll be easy for you to identify what product will work on this rifle, right? So now you're going to ask yourself, well, in order for Sig to bring out a quality rifle at under 1,000 clams, where did they cut the corners? So we're going to see if we can find that. And guys, true to old form, we're going to take it into the table. We're going to take a closer look at all these features that it offers, and also go through my personal list of things that I look for in a quality rifle and see if it has it. So stay tuned. All right, folks, now that we got the rifle on the table, let's take a closer look. We'll start, as usual, at the muzzle end and work our way backwards. So you can see this one has a Sig 3-prong flash hider on there. And usually with those, they make a very high-pitched ping sound, almost like a tuning fork. In this case, it's a very, very subdued. You don't really notice it, so I quite like that myself. It also is compatible with all the Sig suppressors out there. And yeah, so you should be able to easily fit that. If you want to put your own muzzle device on there, it also has a 1/2x28 thread on the barrel there. The barrel is a stainless steel barrel, which is pretty nice, with a 1-in-8 twist. So for the lighter loads, it's going to stabilize them very, very nicely. Kind of nice middle of the road twist there. The handguard, as you can see, is a free floating handguard. It doesn't have any pick rail on top of the handguard. And if you want to put like backup sights on there, you're going to need a pick rail for that, I'm sure, because it only has 3 M-LOK slots up there, right? Now, this is probably one of the only complaints I've heard about this rifle, is that this handguard heats up if you do a lot of mag dumps. Now, in my experience, this section here closer to the receiver does warm up, but it doesn't really burn my hands or anything, but it could also have something to do with the way I hold my forend. I've got maybe 3 fingers on the actual handguard, and the rest is going to supported by this little vertical grip. Now, just so you know, this little vertical grip does not come with the rifle. This is one of the Sig Tread items that I bought off of their website, right? Interesting thing about the gas block, I want to try and show you guys that. If you look in there, it's actually a stainless steel, very lightweight, very low profile gas block, and they're saying that it's as light as the titanium ones. And one of the first things that shows me that this is a high quality rifle is the fact that that has been drilled and pinned, so it's not going to go anywhere, right? You can shoot the living daylights out of this and it won't move your gas block at all. The rifle also has a mid-length gas system, which is perfect because it leans towards smoother shooting, less kind of felt recoil really, and a lot less wear on your bolt and components there. All right, let's move on to the receiver. So on the receiver here, you can see you've got your forward assist, you've got your dust cover there. And the second thing that tells me that this, again, is a high quality rifle is the fact that their mil-spec bolt carrier group, the gas key is very nicely staked, properly done. So I'm very happy with that as well. You can see ours is sporting the Romeo 5 red dot. So you do have some pick rail at the top there, and it's just got a mil-spec charging handle. Now, I will definitely get myself a Raptor LT for it. That's just personal preference. You're going to notice that the trigger I've got on there is actually a Trigger Tech drop-in trigger. That's a 2-stage duty trigger. It does not come with that. It comes with a straightforward mil-spec type trigger. It's not bad, but I mean, you can drop in any AR style trigger that you want, right? You're going to see that it comes with the Sig pistol grip. Normally I put mag pulls on mine. In this case, I'm not going to. It's actually very comfortable. It's got good texture on it. Pretty nice little pistol grip there. I honestly like it. All right, so let's move backwards here. And you'll see the castle nut, and this is the third thing for me, is properly staked as well. So again, high quality rifle. And it comes with the Magpul SLK thin profile stock, which again is something I like. All right, I'm going to flip it over for you. So on this side of the rifle, this is where things start becoming interesting. You probably noticed on the other side that there is actually a safety selector. So the safety selector is actually ambidextrous, but the one on the other side isn't that long that it'll actually dig into your finger when you're shooting, which is great. So I quite like that. That's a fantastic little feature. Then also you have an ambi mag release right here, right? Which is pretty nice also for those lefties out there. And it also has an enlarged bottom end there of the paddle to make locking your bolt back quite a lot easier. So guys, I honestly don't know how they did it, how they put all these features in a package for under 1,000 clams. This is definitely a high quality rifle, built out of high quality materials, and yeah, they did their Sig voodoo magic on this, and I'm quite happy with that. So also just to recap on the bolt carrier, that has been magnetic particle inspected as well as high pressure tested as well. So it ticks all the boxes for a seriously high quality rifle at a price that is not that extreme. So I am very, very happy with that. Just so you guys are aware, going back to the handguard, that the new version of the M400 that just came out actually ships with a different handguard. It ships with a more skeletonized one that a lot of people would have been buying on the Tread website anyways, as well as a new 2-stage Sig trigger as well. So a little bit of an improved trigger and a different handguard on that. Other than that, it's the same rifle. So yeah, and just to show you that ambi selector there, and you see everything is fenced so you don't accidentally hit your mag release while you're carrying your rifle. And yeah, guys, that's basically what I've got for you on the table about the rifle. Now for the fun part. Let's show you guys our shooting montage. And honestly, guys, this rifle is certainly not budget. All right, you guys stay tuned and enjoy. So there you have it, folks. This is an incredibly smooth shooting rifle. We put it through its paces, ran a whole bunch of rounds through it. We didn't mag dump 30 rounds or anything, but we did put a lot of rounds through it. It ran like an absolute sewing machine with zero malfunctions, and it is really accurate. That stainless steel barrel really does the trick. We'll probably do an accuracy video on it still, but I was on many occasions was able to get sub MOA groups out of it. And even with that Romeo 5 red dot, which is a 2 MOA dot, it almost became boring hitting steel at out to 300 yards. So guys, I can highly recommend this rifle. I'm extremely happy with it, and I am definitely going to be depending on it. So folks, if you enjoyed this video, learned something new, or if you were a little bit entertained, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, because it looks like YouTube is up to their shenanigans again. And a lot of our viewers are not yet subscribed. If you think we deserved it, please hit that super thanks button, and y'all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.